once they stop trusting the dollars, they're going to rush toward gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. Those are the three. I mean, they're not going to rush toward treasuries this time. Hi, this is Mike Maloney, and I'm joined by Jeff Clark once again. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike. Great to be back with you. We got lots on tap here today. Article of the day, tweet of the day, 2 charts of the day, some wonderful viewer feedback, and a great meme. So stick around for that one. So for our article of the day, we're going to jump right in here. And this is an article I wrote on the 5 realities of silver and what they signal is next. And for one of these here, it was reality number 4. And basically what I showed here, Mike, is that the current bull market in silver is just getting started. I compared it to the bull market from 1976 to 1980. And as you can see, silver rose over 1,200%, but a lot of that didn't occur until the end. So if you look at our current bull market, we're up 118%, but it's got an awful long way to go if we come anywhere close to matching or exceeding what happened back then. So what do you think of reality number 4, Mike?
I think that it probably won't take as long this time to play out, but I don't know. I just do know that there is a crisis coming someday. And you notice how the last portion of this chart just goes vertical. It goes along and it's climbing sideways slowly, and then suddenly there's a big change in direction, and then it just goes straight up. Well, guess what? Regardless of what the price is, you're not going to be able to get any during that period of time. In fact, even with the price, it's been sort of noodling sideways for quite a while now, and it's still not, the premiums that all of the dealers have to pay the suppliers right now all the premiums are up across the board. It's hard to get physical, especially small denomination physical or small increments, 1 ounce, 10 ounce, 100 ounce, and so on. And yes, so it gained over 1,200% from 76 to 1980. And we're just barely in this thing. I do expect fireworks, but like Dave Morgan said, it's going to be monetary demand that causes those fireworks. And that's exactly what I believe. It's the day that the population turns from knowing that their dollars just are not a good place to hold their wealth, their purchasing power, that it's being chipped away at through inflation, and once they stop trusting the dollars, they're going to rush toward gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. Those are the three. I mean, they're not going to rush toward treasuries this time. So what do you think about it? Tell me your thoughts on this chart that you made here.
Well, the reaction I had, Mike, was look at how silver, the price behaved for 3 years back then. It just noodled sideways like it is now. And then all of a sudden it exploded. And we don't know if it's going to be another 2 years or whatever before the silver price explodes. But that's coming. That's really part of silver's history, its DNA. And you're right. That's the main message I get out of that is, boy, you really need to be invested before that spike really happens, because the next time around, it may be, unaffordable and or unobtainium when that point comes. So
yes,
you really have to buy now.
Yeah, one of the things that you're showing here is this chart is indexed or to 0% at for the current bull market. It's indexed at the very bottom of the lowest price from 2011 to today, which was the March crash. And the March crash was an anomaly brought on. It was a crash that was coinciding with a pandemic. And then there was all this stimulus. So you could actually take that dark gray line of the 118% gains, and you could almost like fit that right on top of the line that's below it. You could, because that crash was an anomaly. So that price, that $12 price of silver, that was just the stars aligning for, and man, I wish I was sitting on some excess cash I wanted to buy silver then. and I just didn't have the excess cash to be able to do it. So anyway, yeah, this is the reality number 4. This is a really good look at what happens in the silver markets and the way silver reacts. It is just absolutely explosive. And the day that these hugely overvalued markets that are so bloated because everything on the planet is completely warped and there's bubbles everywhere. And it's all because of the world's central banks trying to manipulate everything and trying to keep them in bubbles. And every time there's a crisis, they just try and blow the bubble bigger and plug the leak while they're doing it. And they're going to lose control one day. And the crisis is going to be huge because you look at any currency supply chart or interest rate chart, things are absolutely insane. And they have been since 2008. So when this blows, it's going to blow big. And I believe that the gains back in 76 through 80 are going to be insignificant compared to what you're going to see coming up.
Well, applying that 1970 to 1980 gain to today would give us around $155, $160 silver, somewhere in that range. So if it's bigger than that, then, look out. There's going to be some big gains in silver ahead. So, well, Mike, on to tweet of the day, and this is from our friend Peter Spina, and he's quoting here another tweet from someone who talks about a bank in Denmark that is now going to charge negative rates on retail accounts. A lot of the negative rates that we read about or have read about